I'm going to show you how I teach patients to do deep breathing exercises to help manage their blood pressure, to help manage anxiety, to help relax, to help sleep. There's many benefits of this. I have other videos talking about the benefits, but in this video I'm going to show you the exact mechanism by which I teach people how to do it. This is a slight modification of the Wim Hof technique because I'm standing up, I can't lie down. It's better to do lying down on your back, but in my office, very often I could just simply show people how to do this. Now, my name is Dr. Story. I've been a doctor of chiropractic for over 29 years. I'm going to give you realistic advice based on my experience and based on the scientific literature. A lot of my experience with patients is they have anxiety, they have high blood pressure, they're not able to sleep well. You know, there's a whole host of problems that people are suffering with. And it's easy to go to the doctor and just get a drug for each one of those things that I just mentioned. You could take a drug for your anxiety. You could take a drug for your blood pressure. You could take a drug to sleep. You can try to take drugs to help you recover from workouts. There's a pill for every ill, but nobody ever tries natural solutions. So that's my whole purpose. That's my practice. That's what I do for a living, is show people natural methods. So let's just dive into it. How do you go about doing this deep breathing exercise that gives you all these benefits? The first thing you want to do is you want to understand that you're going to be breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. That's the simplest way to do it. Some people will try to do it with breathing in and out through the nose only, but I find people that are unhealthy or have had infections of their lungs before from the past 5 years and there's scarring of their lungs, it's very difficult to do that. So I'm showing you the easiest way to do it. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. The second thing is you're not hyperventilating. You're not doing this super fast. You are doing it in a very slow, controlled, rhythmic, very relaxed fashion. So you should not be, hyperventilating and breathing as if you're scared. This should cause a relaxation response. We're not trying to stimulate the sympathetic nervous system. We're trying to stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system. The process that you do this in is such that you're going to do it every single day, at least once. You could do it more, but with patients with their busy lives and stuff, it's hard to get people to do things multiple times per day. But it's easy to say, just do this before bedtime, or do this before you go to work, or do this in your car when you're parked. Don't do it while you're driving, and do it before you go into work. These types of things. So you pick a time during the day. I would personally recommend to do it at nighttime because of the many benefits that you're looking for. At nighttime is the best time, and you're already lying down in bed. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. So here's what we're trying to accomplish. When you breathe in through your nose, you're going to close your mouth, inhale as deeply as humanly possible, as if you were going to dive into a pool of water and you were going to try to stay underwater for a long period of time. So it's going to look like this. Watch this. That was the inhale. So that took a long time to inhale. You saw that I expanded my belly. I expanded my chest. My chest opened up. My rib cage opened like this. It expanded this way, forward and back. I took a belly breath and a chest breath all at the same time. Now you may have found that on the internet, there's a lot of people that say, oh, you should never breathe with your chest and things like this. Well, for the most part, that's based on the history of who says one way is right than the other compared. It doesn't really matter. My point is that breathing fully, inhaling deeply, has some benefits. And you should at least try this method because this is what I show patients and it works well for them, like 99%. When you let the air out after the deep breath, you're going to let the air out come out naturally as if you were just letting go of a balloon and the air was coming out. So inhale through the nose. And when you let the air out, and you could see how I let the chest just deflate. I let the belly deflate. I just let it out and just chilled out and relaxed. Now you're lying down on your back, presumably when you're doing this at night, so you should feel a sense of just relaxation when you do that. Then you repeat the process. Now, there's two ways to figure out how many times to do it. The first way is to just set a timer on a phone. So you could, if you have an Apple Watch or a phone where you can set a timer, just set the timer for 5 minutes. That's about right. That's about the right amount of time. So you inhale, exhale, and you just repeat it for about 5 minutes. If you're a numbers type of person, you could count to 30. Now, most of the patients that I see, I try to figure out whether they're a numbers person or a time person. And some people, at 14, they forget what number they're on and it stresses them out. So just do it for 5 minutes that's around 30 repetitions. The majority of the people I see in my office, a lot of them are unhealthy. Maybe they've had infections, maybe they've had cancer, maybe they've had lung scarring, maybe they used to smoke, because there's a whole generation that used to smoke because it was cool 40, 50 years ago, and now their lungs, unfortunately, are still affected. There's many people that don't exercise. So when I have patients do this in my office, and I notice that when they take a deep breath in and they start coughing, that's a sign that their lungs have really never expanded through exercise, and they haven't moved their rib cage in possibly decades. So in this particular case, 5 minutes, 30 repetitions, whichever comes first, is enough for most people. Now, for health conscious people and healthy people, people that are trying to get that extra edge, after 30 repetitions, what you'll do is when you inhale deeply, you will hold your breath for 15 seconds. Then let the air out. Then take another breath. Hold for 15 seconds. You'll do about 4 to 5, 6 cycles max of holding your breath for 15 seconds. This has some other benefits I have mentioned in other videos, but this is as simple as it comes. Inhale, exhale, in through the nose, out through the mouth, nice, slow, deep, controlled, relaxed, and rhythmic. It's very easy to teach patients how to do this. They remember how to do it. They don't get overly stressed on whether they're doing it right or wrong. They don't have to count to 4, to 7, to 8, or is it 4, 4, 4? Some people can't hold their breath for 7 seconds. There's a million complications when you try to teach other methods. And if you try this method for 30 days, let me know what your thoughts are. If you'd like to know other benefits of deep breathing exercises, then watch this video right here. I put a lot of effort into it, so go ahead and watch that one. And I hope this video has benefited you.